Hello all and welcome. I just wanted to fire off this quick video and talk about a little post I just saw, a picture with a funny little quote from Bernie Sanders that was such idiocy I had to talk about it. So as you can see, it says, has Bernie Sanders, quoting him, nobody who works for 40 hours a week should be living in poverty. Horrible Bernie Sanders impersonation. But anyway, so from his estimation, nobody who works full-time should be living in poverty. You know what I say to that? Why? Why not? Why shouldn't they be living in poverty? What makes you think they shouldn't be living in poverty? Why? Well, who says they shouldn't be? Why shouldn't they be? Where is this coming from? Where's this lesson coming from that he's trying to teach us? Where's this idea coming from? What is he talking about they shouldn't be? Why not? What, because everybody's entitled to better? Hey, Bernie, there's something called personal choices. The personal choices. I mean, let's be honest here. The American government gives a hell of a lot of subsidies for education as it is. So many that universities feel free to pretty much charge whatever the hell they want. That's why when you go to any major university, you not only have a school, but a water park and a coffee bar and all these other accoutrements that are so fucking expensive that they can afford to put in there because they have to compete with other colleges, and because they got so much money from the government paying for people's tuitions, they could do that. So Bernie, with all of the availability out there in regards to education, job training, the ability for people to improve themselves through education, even though a lot of the education sucks, but still, why would you think that somebody is entitled to not live in poverty? You think just because people breathe and have a pulse that they should be getting something for nothing? Well, of course, we know Bernie believes that if people just are alive and conscious in some way, they should be getting free shit. But the reality is, Bernie, that there's such a thing as personal responsibility. For example, if you choose to drop out of high school, have 3 kids, and get married or not get married, more likely not get married, as a man, well, then you're going to be paying child support on 3 kids, working at McDonald's, and most of your money is going to the mother of those kids, who herself is making so little money because, she has no education either, and, she's getting tons of support from the state. And she's raising 3 little rugrats who are most likely going to grow up to be drug addicts or criminals or unproductive people, just like her and her baby daddy, which just continues the cycle of stupidity and wrong choices. So whatever happened to being held accountable for your choices, Bernie? Whatever happened to, well, I made good choices, so now I make good money, and I don't live in poverty. And by the way, you don't have to do a lot not to live in poverty, okay? Don't have kids before you get married, graduate from high school, and have a job. And be continuously employed. If you do that, within a not too long a period of time, you have made enough money, gained enough experience, meaning i.e. human capital, that you will not be in poverty. And the majority of people now, 80-90% of them, 90% even, that are in poverty now in 10 years will not be in poverty. Okay? And they did that by making good choices, Bernie. They didn't do that because they deserved not to be in poverty. There isn't anything you don't deserve not to be, okay? You make your own choices, make your own decisions, you do the right thing or the wrong thing, and you get rewarded in kind. There's no entitlement that says you should not be living in poverty. Okay? You dummy. I mean, this guy thinks that anyone on earth is entitled to some kind of basic human right for income. To live a good life. And by the way, our idea of poverty in the West is like living as a king in India. Even the majority of middle class and well-off people in India do not live as well as Americans. How many Indians are getting iPhones from Obama when Obama was in power? I got my Obama phone. I've got my Obama phone. I love Obama. I'm going to vote for him again. I mean, how many people in countries like India or China or anywhere else are getting free shit from the government like that? Nobody. Right. And their idea of poverty is a lot worse than ours. I think that most Westerners are spoiled, they're entitled, they don't understand what real poverty is, and what Bernie calls poverty is not poverty. Okay? People are getting far more than they deserve already. If you're sitting on your ass and not doing any goddamn thing, you are getting more than you deserve. If you have an internet and cable and a house to live in, you should be on your ass out on the street, sleeping in the cold. If you're such a fucking lazy bastard that you can't get out there and get a job, make some kind of money, get a skill, produce for yourself, because in reality, that's how you incentivize people who are parasitic, lazy fuckers to get out there and work, by creating consequences for their actions. What you don't do is remove all consequences to their actions and give them a guaranteed nice life without having to do anything to fucking earn it or keep it. I am the MGTOW philosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.